Morning. Oh. We're live. Nikki Walker, Deborah Burt, morning. Hope you're well. Jordan, morning Jordan. Can anyone tell me if that hissing's still there? Yeah. Because I've been doing some, everyone's been complaining about this hissing noise. So I was wondering if it was still on. Anyway. Yeah, it's all good. Wicked. Well, I do listen to everyone, so I had to go and get some headphones for the hissing gone, Barbara. Headphones on board. Oh dear. So I hope everybody is well and not too stressed out in these times. I've been stressed the last few days, so I do apologise. I've had some family stuff to take care of that was very challenging. But now we're back, so it's all good. It's all good. Michael, Mackinson, Barlenko, Cena. Nice to have you on board, Michael. Yeah, I'm glad that the hissing's gone. Yeah, I'm glad as well, Barbara. Thank you very much. Oh dear. So I'm going to get back in the swing of things. And there's just madness. We got to recap, go through everything again. Not so much again, but just get back in the swing of things. Because the story's just about to continue. Yeah. Marbaya's devil's playground. You know, everybody's just sort of trying to fit into a egotistical world that really amounts to nothing over there. It was good shaking and moving. It was good while it lasted. It's good to experiment and learn and move on with. But actually trying to sustain that lifestyle of partying, promiscuity, promiscuity, or I don't know how you'd say it, but being very promiscuous. A lot of people are over there, lying, cheating, deceitful behaviour and conduct. Now everyone falls into this sort of stuff in Marbella. So getting back into the story, I think I've just been nicked. So we'll reflect on the lifestyle I led in Marbella, which was very turbulent, very, very turbulent. And turbulent not in an ag way, because up until the shooting, I never really, well, it was ag, but it wasn't ag, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't ag where I had to worry about ethnicity. Yeah, it wasn't ag where I had to worry about anybody or getting nicked. It was just ag with the ups and downs and the round and rounds of the money sort of stuff, you know. So everyone believes that when you're in Marbella and when you're living that life, that you're Keiko, you're never going to fall off, you're always going to be this guy. And it's what people don't see about that life that made me walk away, you know. So I'm trying to think of a way to get back into it. So we'll rewind the mindset a little bit, and we talk about gangsters, we talk about guns, we talk about drugs, we talk about violence, right? Now we spoke about these attributes in a way what was accepted. We talk about this in a way of normality. We talk about it in a way of acceptance. So everybody does what they do to be accepted and loved and revered, respected and appreciated in certain environments, you know. Some of us, like me, get caught up in this egotistical world of madness and just love it. Like, it's crazy. So waking up in the morning, going out and doing this crazy stuff, living, breathing, eating, robbing, stealing, shooting, stabbing, like, it's an addiction to an adrenaline, another drug, another substance. Alright, so I want to take you back to my Marbella days. Yeah, so we get to Marbella. I never, like I said before, I never knew no one, never knew anybody, never knew the landscape, never knew the rules, never knew anything about how anything works. But I just thought that because I lived anywhere, especially London, I'd be able to survive anywhere I wanted to. So going over there was just a challenge to myself, challenge to my ability, and just a challenge to my achievements, I suppose. I had a good bit of readies turning over every month. I was getting 20-30 grand a month to actually start to make my life sustainable over there. But it's like the ducking and diving, the buying and selling, you know. It becomes a way of life that becomes a pain in the arse, because there's so many lies, so many cheats, so many nonsense going on that you can't make head or tail out of anybody, because no one's your real pal. Out of 98, out of 100 people, 98 of them are going to let you down, you know. So you're working in a very rigged environment, rigged platform, something that doesn't really. Yes, Reflex, glad to see you on board. Milo, wicked, nice one, dude. So it's just about yeah, being that gangster, being that getter, being that doer, being that mover, being that shaker, right? So investigations we're nicked for, investigations we get put under, all this sort of stuff people don't take into consideration. Like, everyone just thinks it is drugs and money, guns and violence. They don't see the in-between, they don't see the struggle, they don't see the manipulation, they don't see the grooming. All they see is what they want, all they hear is what they want, and all they do is what they want. So ultimately the whole spectrum is just flawed for death, pain and prison. So living that life for me was exciting when I was trying to get out of a dark hole. It was exciting when I was trying to make a name for myself. It was exciting when I was trying to become somebody. And then I actually felt I did become somebody. I felt I was worthy. I felt I did achieve stuff, you know. And I was sort of absorbed into that way of living that is accepted by so many people as normal. I'm trying to think whether I enjoyed it, because I asked myself a question yesterday, what do I miss about that life? And apart from absolute, like I said, the only thing I miss is not being able to pick up the phone and say, look, have you got 50 grand or have you got 100 grand or you got. Like, I miss it because everybody struggles in life, and sometimes you think, oh, I wish I had a bit more money, or I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. Everybody goes through that, right? So when you're faced with an opportunity to actually pick up the phone and get 250 grand or get £500,000, like, you wouldn't get it in cash, but you get it in products. You get it whatever you need, right? Anything you need, a bridging loan, anything you need to cover the next bit of readies, the spinning, you use and you benefit and you gross, and you just build and grow, build and grow, build and lose, build and grow, build and lose. Like, it's just never ending. It's a never ending carousel of failing quests. The quests will always fail because ultimately someone gets nicked, or someone gets robbed, or someone gets shot, and there's not a lot you can really do to escape any of it, you know, because it's going to happen. Like, if your friends and family don't set you up to get robbed, beaten or killed, then the strangers are going to move to you because your circles are not tight, and they're going to want to move to you, rob you and kill you. So why would you put yourself in the firing line? Like, this is what I ask myself. Why did I put myself in the firing line so much? And the one thing that boils down to my journey and my story was love. I've done what I've done because I love people. Do you understand? So, someone come round my house one day. I won't get into nonsense about places and times and people, because certain things I'm going to talk about, and I won't mention names, but people know who I'm talking about. People know who knows what, that it's real. I don't need to lie. So basically, one day, someone's come up to me. Now, we're going back now. This is 16, 17, maybe 17, 18 years of age. My mates rang me up. Fucking liberty. Fucking liberty. Why? What's happened? What's happened? These cunts have just took a liberty with me. They've just turned up and tried to do me with a baseball bat. I said, what? Are you joking? Nah, mate. What do you mean baseball bat? And back then, if you pulled a tool out on someone, whether it was a knife, a blade, a bat, it was half a liberty, you know. Like, you don't. It was all straighteners back then. So when these guys have pulled a baseball bat and tried to do my mate, he's got away. So straight away, the response to that is retaliation. How the fuck can you use a weapon? Nah, let's go and look for him. So we looked for him, caught him, beat him up, and then he went and got his mates, come and look for some of us and beat us up. Well, not beat me up, but beat a couple of people up. They beat up one of my pals when he was with his bird. They beat up, smashed me mate's mum's windows, spat in me mate's mum's face. You know, like, just really disrespectful things. So obviously that violence escalates and escalates and escalates, and then older people got involved on their part. Can you come in and try to talk to us? Like, bro, you need to calm down. No. So they sort of got backed up to the point where, look, if you want a fucking problem, mate, you can have a problem. Their older lot didn't want to have the problem, not because they weren't capable, it's just it wasn't worth it. Now, I was a loose cannon who did not care about going to prison. I did not care about getting stabbed, shot or beaten. I did not care about value of quality of life. I did not care. All I cared about was hurting people and making money. So they didn't want to have it because they had too much to lose. They were big grown men with kids and everything. So back then I looked at it like they're mugs, they're weak, they're this, they're that. But looking back now with hindsight, I understand why they didn't want to have an ag with a 17-year-old lunatic. It just didn't make sense. So over the years, them things sort of dissipated, and the relationship between me and the elders grew, but me and the youngsters dissipated. But I do believe I've been sung praise. So this one guy that I fell out. Well, I never fell out with him. It was just a politics thing that went on. We was all having ag. Everyone was fighting. Everyone was cutting. There weren't no shooting, but although guns got produced, but no one got shot. But it was just stabbings, cuttings and beatings, right? So stabbings and cuttings on both sides. I got a cut right across there. Do you know what I mean? So everybody's been cut, everybody's been stabbed. everybody can eat humble pie and some couldn't. So obviously ag carried on in certain people's minds, but apparently I heard the other day that my nemesis, so to speak, and this is a kid I think he's a couple of years younger than me, and in today's sort of adult world it doesn't matter, but when you're a kid growing up, like, and someone's a bit younger than you, like, you know, I know, everyone knows, right? So the younger lot tried their hand, and one of them was very bitter, and he couldn't accept the fact that they lost. It's as simple as that, and they couldn't compete. We was on two different levels, you know, two different journeys. Like, they wanted to be a good businessman, he wanted to be a good money getter, he wanted to be this, he wanted to be that, and all these people wanted to be this. And that was it, that was fine, not a problem. I wanted to be a killer, I wanted to be a gunman, I wanted to be a gangster, I wanted to be an armed robber. So the levels we wanted to be at were two different levels, but the mindsets just clashed. So we had ag for years growing up. But like I said, a couple of months ago, someone said to me, he's speaking very highly of you, you know, and he did actually speak highly of you. So that's a move in the right direction. So things are good there. So I can't grumble. I can't wait till I bump into him. But me and the family speak regularly. Everything's well between me and the family. It's just me and this one individual. One sec. Yeah, so growing up, like, everyone knows me. A lot of people know me more than I know myself, because I was lost. I didn't have a clue where I was, what I was doing, where I was going. All I wanted to do was cause ag, cause problems, and cause devastation. So as long as the above happened, I was achieving goals. And as mad as it sounds, I was happy doing it. And I really was. Like, there's a few people on here like Spencer. It's good that you're on, Spencer, and I'm glad you're watching, because you actually see Marvin in the height of his international obsession with madness, right? So that was me at the peak of the insanity when I was in Marbella. When I first got to Marbella, me at the peak, before I met Daniel Kinahan, and I won't mention all the other people because I haven't really spoken to them. So I don't. So the Russians, the Syrians, the French. I met all these people all around the same time, and I was wild. Like, and because of what I've been through with hindsight and retrospective mindset, right, I can actually understand now, right now, why I had relationships with all these major villains and all these top gangsters and all these heads of cartels, right? Because I have an innate sort of obsession with achievement, and I don't let nothing get me down. I don't let nothing stand in my way, and I don't get frightened. Like, I face death, I face adversity, I face fear, I face regret, I face failure, I face everything happily, because there's nothing worse than being in the worst position. So if the next move for me is getting better, then I'm happy. If that makes sense, right? So no matter how I feel, if someone's robbed me of 100 grand, right, I don't feel, oh, I'm gonna die. What I think is, do you know what? Something's gonna happen here, and I'm either gonna go to prison, someone's gonna end up dead, or something amazing is gonna happen. So now I have them three alternatives. I actually make sure now that I don't go to prison, no one ends up dead, and brilliant things happen. It's crazy. They really do. Like I've changed my environment, and you're gonna see through the videos, like, I'm not blowing my trumpet, but I moved in with one of my pals. We were doing some extreme training, so we've had a 2-week isolation period. I'm being backwards and forwards, doing what we're doing, but building a safe environment. So I've been building, so I know he's not ill, his family are not ill, we're not ill. So we've been like communicating and not socialising, but being in each other's company, building up the hormone, the whatever it is, the enzymes between each other. So we're all in the same frequency. Then we started training. Then we started eating. So now we're going to go on a 2-week crash course. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to be at home. I'm going to be living in my mate's house. And again, it's like next level. Like I'm in a little room now. It's like the adult room, the bar. But this is where it's quiet at the back of the house. I'm just sitting here. I'm doing what I'm doing. So you're going to see different parts of the house because I want to do these videos in different locations. But it's a lovely gaff. I'm privileged to actually been through the life I've been through and then be bestowed with, I don't know, it's just life, how I always expected to live. Although it's not mine, it's as good as for 2 weeks. So I'm going to bask in the materialistic, ostentatious, upper class lifestyle. So I'm fortunate enough to have friends that invite me into their home. Me and one of my daughters are here. She's on remote learning in a school upstairs. I don't know how many bedrooms there are in the house, but there's, I think, 4 or 5 guest rooms, and then, or 3 or 4 guest rooms, and then 4 or 5 family rooms. So anyway, I've gone from Sycamore House in Maitland Park, number 2 Sycamore House I used to live at, Sycamore House in Maitland Park, to an exceptional, lovely house. I don't really want to start cracking how much it's worth, but it's not relevant, but it's a totally different way of life, different structure. So I do appreciate that. But going back to the mindset of old, you know, where I was and where I am, totally 2 different ends of the spectrum. Would I commit violence and crime anymore? No. And do you know what? People say, shut up, I know you'll do this, I know you'll do that. But it's when you've actually been through it all, when you've actually been through it, yeah, and you have that total empathy for that one subject, like things change, you know, and I'm tired of getting stabbed. I'm tired of getting cut. I'm tired of getting nicked. I'm tired of going to prison. I'm tired of letting my kids down. I'm tired of failing my family. I'm tired of not producing. I'm tired for just failing, you know. So that comes time and time again, and we use reflective attributes, products and mindsets to reflect it all the way. So I used to dive back into the villains, do what I do with the villains, because what I do with the villains is accepted. So every time I was getting lost in my life, to make me feel better, I try and impress all the villains. So shooting, stabbing, robbing and bullying was the main thing, you know. So when I got to Spain, I just didn't give a monkeys about anybody, and all I wanted to do was squash, crush and take. So mentally, all I wanted to do was take from people all their bits and pieces, not their bits and pieces like money wise, but I wanted to take their positions. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was the alpha male, and it was just one of them things, like, in your head you count yourself lucky. Well, I count myself lucky. I never fell out with too many people over there, because I would have come unstuck. Because over there it's just loads of different outfits, loads of different groups of people. So the Syrians, the Russians, the French, the Algerians, the Bosnians, like everybody's in Europe, like the Irish, like English, Irish, English, British. I'll just say British, Irish, French, Germany, Holland, Belgium, Russia, Even China was over there, Africa, South America, Central America. Like anywhere you can think about on this planet, there was a representative of that place in Marbella. Like it was sick. Like it's just like anywhere, and it goes from poverty to like extreme wealth. Like I was hanging about with people like on the weekend, say for argument's sake, like there's £8 million yachts, like £8 million, £4 million, £2 million, 800 grand, 200 grand. Like their range goes from 50 to 80 grand up to 30, 40 million pound. The 30, 40 million pound yachts weren't mine, but I was allowed to go on them and party. Like, and me, I had the mindset, I ain't going on it because it's not mine. I don't know them. You know them. I don't know them, so I'm not going on it. I'll go on it if he's going on it or he's going on it because they're my pals, but I ain't going on it begging friends. But I never utilised the whole of Marbella to the best of my potential. I used it for the criminal element side of life, and I kind of regret that, but I don't regret it because I never had as much fun as I wanted to have, and I don't regret it because now I can strategically align myself with all these other organisations, all these other people, and all these other sort of businesses that I can get involved in now because I'm a legitimate businessman. I don't want to do anything criminal. I don't want to do anything naughty. So moving forward now, and I'm going to get back to my story because the story, we're at the penultimate turning point in my journey, and it just doesn't end like crime ends and then I'm straight. It doesn't. It's just backwards and forwards. Like there's a lot of headache goes on. You know, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of dramas from the police. Like the police don't leave you alone initially, right? And it's only in time. Like I think 3 years, 4 years, it took before I was off the police's radar. I think, but even then, they still come back. They still try. They still investigate. They still do bits and pieces to say, "Morning, Stuart." Yeah, they can still drive you mad. So, pardon me, because of the level you get to, you will always get police wanting to see what you're up to, where you've got to. Are you being? Is he still doing that business? Is he still got that studio? Is he still got that record label? Is he still doing the counselling? Is he still going to the hospitals? The schools, colleges and prisons? So they look to see if you're still doing it. And if you're still doing it, they leave you alone. If you're not doing it, then they want to know what you're up to. So you're never out of it. You're always on the radar. You're always in it. So I don't try to box clever. I'm actually living a different way of life. So yeah, we'll get back to Spain because we're getting back to the parts where it was just non-stop pressure, non-stop headache, non-stop dramas, non-stop violence, non-stop prison, non-stop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little rant today. Oh, do you know what I wanted to do, as it happens? I did actually want to try to remember. Yeah. What I'm going to try to do, might be a little bit boring for a sec, I do apologise, but I'm going to try to remember every fallen soldier. So all the people that I can remember that died when we were a kid growing up. Who was the first one? I think the first one, Was it Young Johnny? I'm pretty sure that was his name. He used to graffiti the word evil. So his tag was evil. And he was my mate's little brother. I think that was it. Now, so that was the first. And that was my mate's little brother, and that really affected us all. What's happening, Zach? What are you doing?
You know Smell?
Sloan?
Smell? She put 2 chairs next to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
Okay, we'll go and ask her to move the chairs then, please. So Marvin said, can you move the chairs, please?
But she's still doing her work.
Okay. Have you got any work to do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Where's your work?
Upstairs.
Okay, we'll go and get your work then and bring it down. Let me have a look at it.
And
Right, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Will.
So Johnny Evil was the first kid. Right. Alex. Alan is another kid, Alex. Yeah, Alex died in Thailand. And I do believe the film The Beach, The Beach was based on our little mate Alan from school. Can't remember his second name. Why is that? Uh-oh. Damn. Shoot. Damn. I apologise. Yeah, because I've got to let that noise back in now for a minute. Fuming. Oh no. This bloody thing, come on son. Sorry. Damn. This bloody thing. Damn. One sec, Zach.
This is my walk. Look at my walk.
Okay, one moment.
This is my walk.
Okay. Where's Jane? Oh, well done, Zach. Oh dear. Oh. Let's just hope. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Sorry. Yeah, because low battery power. Do apologise. sorry about that. Oh. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Oh dear. That's it. Yeah, so it was all the fallen soldiers, wasn't it? So I was talking about. So Johnny was the first one, and then Alex. Johnny died on a train, the Kilburn Park train station, part of the beginning of the Untouchable crew. But Johnny was my mate George's brother. He went down, done something on the other side of the train, got dragged along the tunnel and died. The next one from school was a young kid called Alex. I can't remember his second name, but he's called him Alan. But I believe he went to Thailand when we all started taking Class A's, and ended up getting killed over there by some locals apparently. No one really knows the full extent of what happened, but yeah, Alan. Who was the next one to die? I've scrolled down so they'll come to me. I won't be able to remember them. So I'll Jason. So Jason would have been after Alex. That was Jason. Herbert. Jason Herbert. And Owen Forrester. Christian Philip. AKA Tetley. Owen Forrester, AKA George. George. AKA Maine. Eddie Topham. Mark. Nicole. Strode. Darren. Arthur. Emma. Anderson. Stephen. Michael. Herbert. so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 people so far. But it's just crazy how so many people die on the journey. You can't even remember them properly. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 so far. And these are all people that in one way, apart from Eddie Topham, everybody else would have been at it somewhere along the line. Crazy. But yeah, I speak to a couple of people. Katie Bennett, that's another one. She's sadly just gone as well. What about Katie? Morning, Kane. Hope you're well, son. Yeah, I know. It's because I had to take the charger out, the feedback. I'm so sorry about that. Uh-oh. Well, maybe. Hold on. Yes, it's still there. Yeah, so I do apologise for the interference. There's not a lot I can do about that for now until the battery's charged up fully and I can put the headphones back in, stop the hissing. Yeah. Gideon, there's another one. Gideon, yeah. Gideon. Another kid that got killed. It's just so many, you know, that you grow up with, die, and actually make a difference with mindset. I thought a lot more would be there though, to be fair. There's a lot of people that I knew in the criminal world. Spud. What about Spud? That's another one of my cousins as well, Spud. He died as well. Stephen Mahoney. Spuddy, who's 19, my cousin. And another Spud. I didn't know that Spud died. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. It's just life, isn't it? Everything we do, everything we come into contact with, everybody changes, everybody moves, slips, slides. And then we get caught up with kids ourselves. So, me personally, I'm on this journey now, and I'm going to try to get as many people as I can thinking the same way, doing the same things. Morning, Connor. Hope you're good. Does anybody want to join for a conversation? If you want to join or say hello or go through anything, just let me know and I'll bring you on. So I forgot about that feature on Facebook. But yeah. If you want to come on for a chat, have a little chin wag, catch up, I'm all ears and eyes. Yeah, so don't feel like you have to be a stranger. You can interrupt, we can talk. This is just like a, what do they call it, isolation training day. It's crazy. But yeah, I'll just try my hardest to stay safe, stay healthy, stay in tune. So now I've relocated, I can come and do these every day now. So this is going to be my office of choice, unless I'm in the garden or wherever. But yeah, now you know I've moved in a different location, so hopefully things will pick up to what they were. My views have gone down a little bit, a bit of interest has been lost, but once I get everything in perspective, shit! I knew I forgot something, so I went back to the house yesterday and I was supposed to get my pad with all my notes in it, but never mind. I'll have to watch. have to do some homework, watch the broadcasts that I've put out already and do some catch up. Morning, Lisa. Yeah, so I don't even know how many days of isolation we've done. I don't know how many days we've been away from everybody. What I do know is that life just seems a little bit calmer at the moment. The rat race is gone. Everybody's back on their contemplation. Everybody's doing what they can for their families. Everybody's clubbing together. The families are doing more together. Morning, ladies. Keep going, Marvin. Inspiration to yourself and family. I've been doing videos for 3 years. Yeah, definitely. Inspiration. Well, I'm glad I'm inspiring people to do the right things for a change, you know. Inspire people to do the right thing for a change, you know, because the life that we were leading is crazy, absolutely crazy. My worst thing is to get into conversation. You know what, that's just age. Barry Marlins. Is it Marlins or Mullins? Was that from down near Collins, Richard Collins? He had a mixed race sister. Morning, Rachel. I only heard about him the other day, Barry Mullins. I thought it was Mullins. He used to have a perm back in the day. Yeah. So we was going over people that have died, you know, people that have passed, people that have affected us, you know, and why. So when I look back now, I sort of look back at everything that I've done. Yeah, I know Barry Mullins passed. I got told that the other day. It's unreal, isn't it? Isn't he my age as well? It's like a little ball patch coming there. Hairline's getting mashed up. With a proper haircut. And an haircut for God knows how long now. Yeah. Damn. I like Barry as well, good break dancer. Freddie Lear as well, he's just passed. I was at his funeral the other day. Yeah, he was a good kid, he was. I remember I used to hang about with him back in the day when he was a bit naughty. But it was when I was growing up, Barry. But he was always a decent bloke. Could have a good straightener. I weighed everybody up on their straighteners. Madness. Everybody was just somebody you could fight, somebody who was someone, you know, crazy. Thank you for the hearts. For the love. Yeah. So I want to get some more structure down to what we're talking about, because the crime stuff is exciting when you've got nothing going on. It's exciting. Yeah, he was good at football as well, good at everything. It's exciting when you've got a bit of money. It's exciting when you've got a new bird. It's exciting when you're going on holiday, right? But the reality of it all ain't exciting, you know? Like, I've lived, breathed, ate, slept, and cracked it out, and the world we lived in was nuts. Yeah, same here. Yeah, it's nuts. It's the insanity. I really can't believe I was that crazy. And the reasons behind doing it all. Madness. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving myself wide open for questions and answers, because I don't do no questions and answers on any of my broadcasts. Morning, Joe. So any questions that anybody wants to ask about anything, feel free, you know, because it's about engaging, interacting and being honest. If you want to come on and have a conversation on video, and I'll try and link you up. Mark Hall is saying, bring them on camera. Have you requested? I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. Morning, Joe. Why does it say that? Yeah, well, hold on. We've got Mark, I think, coming on now. Steve, also Dave London, rest in peace. There's another fallen soldier who's just gone. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, obviously he didn't want to come on. How do I get Joe? Yeah, try and get you on. Don't know why it won't let me. Way back it might let me let you come on, Joe. I wonder why it does that. Madness. People knock it out once I start saying, do you want to come on board? Yeah, crazy. So the mind of a mobster, inside the mind of the mobster. That's crazy. So we're getting back to the story. Marbella. It was a life that sort of really amazed me. Like, obviously, never living out of England. Like, that was just something that came as a shock. Like, being somewhere not being known, being somewhere not being wanted, being somewhere brand spanking new was just unreal. And different rules, different regulations, different boundaries, you know. You could actually take legal liberties over there and not really have any problem. Puff over there is pretty legal. It's the next level to puff. You can't really get nicked for it, but if you do get nicked for it, there's no bird for it. And the game that I was in was puff and robbery, so the puff game over there was different. It's where it all was, where it all came from. And then basically the Spanish took on a decriminalisation mindset, so it's not really bad smoking puff and that over there, and even dealing it over there. It's not. They've got the coffee shops and that over there now. You can buy your weed anywhere you want. Pardon me. It's not as strict as it used to be. So the gates are opening up. So the lifestyle in that world is equalising itself out. Barcelona, Madrid, all round Spain, they've got coffee shops and stuff now, so there's nothing over there to really not get involved in if you want to go straight. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't encourage people to actively go over there to get involved in badness, but what I do is say to people, if, for argument's sake, you want to grow weed and you're in England, like, you can get arrested, you can go to prison. Why don't you consider moving to a country where it's legal, you know, and then you're not breaking the law, but you're still in a win-win position, you know, especially if they're exceptional growers. Like, I just don't understand why people would want to stay in the same environments that they've been in, not growing, not achieving, and not benefiting, but yet they want to stay there, because I've never understood it. So that's something I'll never understand. I do apologise, that's something I'll never understand. But it's just something that doesn't need understanding, really. It's just do what you do to make you happy, and make sure that you help more people than you hurt. You know, because a lot of people don't realise it's not not just committing crime. You know, it has a devastation or a devastating effect on thousands of other people. You know, yeah, crazy, absolute crazy. Oh, well, I do apologise for the little absence from the story, but if you ever wondered what Downing Street's like, stay tuned, because Marv got himself to Downing Street. Imagine that. And that's the madness about this journey, right? We're talking about this gangster, this shooter, this gunman, this robber, this reprobate, this scandal, this menace to society. You know, like going Downing Street. I got to Downing Street. I couldn't believe it. And I'm so happy that I can actually walk through the door. I went through the checks. I went through it. I got fast track down there. I walked straight in, crash bang wallop. And it was like, you know when you turn up at a party and there's a mad queue and then you just get ushered into the guest list. That's how I roll in Downing Street. It wasn't long. I wasn't long. So for me to get myself to that level is amazing. And if I can do it after everything I've been through, then people will be able to do it without going through this shit. Just achieve. And basically, if I'd have done everything I've done growing up to help all the youngsters and do everything, I would have made Downing Street. I didn't have to go to prison, didn't have to get stabbed, didn't have to get shot, you know, but we get caught up in the mindset, we get caught up in the world, and we just let ourselves down. Right, so I'm really glad that we got everything set up in here, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I'm really glad I got everything set up in here, because now I've got my own little room. Morning, Kelly. I hope you're well. Yeah, I was just saying, if anybody wants to join or come on for a conversation, let me know. I'll open the screen up for you. But it doesn't. It says Faye Bailey. Bring them on camera. So I'm going to click on it because I don't know whether or not you're requesting to come on or not. Their friends won't be able to watch this live video unless they're in your selected audience. Okay. Can't bring Faye on camera. Okay. But I don't know how to bring people onto the camera. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know how you've done that. We get old Barry on. This is an old school friend of mine. Grew up on the right side of the road, unlike myself. Hopefully it was joined. It says add in. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's happening here, Val. I'm trying to add you, mate. Nuts. Ooh. Thank you very much. No answer. From the live guest. I'll just try to get you on there, pal. I don't know what happened. We'll get Joe on instead. Hello, can't add Joe. Why not? Guest requests. Yeah. Well, I don't know why that won't let you jump on. I don't know what happened there. What's that? See, that's how we do it. Did that one work, pal? No, that one ain't working either. Not to worry. I'm trying to link it up now, then. Right, it says approve. I've approved it. Now we're waiting. Modern day technology. Oh, there we go. Approve that. It says add in now, Dean. See if we get you on.
Hiya, Marv.
How we doing?
Right.
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good.
You're coming through. I can see you clearly, but I can't hear you. I can see that smile now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can see you and I can see you smiling, but I can't see. I can't hear you, mate. Nothing at all. Wait all them years ago. You're looking well, fella.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
You're looking well. I'm going to come off because I can't hear you.
All right, lovely. You're
all right.
well,
See you soon.
God bless. God bless. I don't know why that's working. Nice one, Dean. I don't know why it's not working. I do apologise. I might have to get a new phone. I'll do it on Instagram. Just chop over to Instagram. Get everybody chatting. Right, so I'm going to love you and leave you today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some interviews lined up as well. I've got one coming very shortly. Well, you lot enjoy the rest of your day and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. God bless. Wicked. Enough love, people. Have a fantastic day. Herbert.Marvin on Instagram. Herbert.Marvin on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube as well. All right, because I've got loads of videos on YouTube. I want to interact on Facebook Live. Take care. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Enough love, people.